Alright, hello to all my guys, gals, and non-binary pals out there across the electrical ocean. This is Jazzman, back with a game between Ianu and Hermaios. Hermaios is bringing full faction Underdepths, and Ianu is playing Forglar Swamp Shattered Peaks. I believe that was a collective he just deployed, right? Yeah, there it is, behind the shrine. Being a little cheeky little devil there. And I know it's. I've heard that this L is actually a capital I, but I'm just going to keep saying Ianu because that's easier to pronounce. So Ianu is choosing to go mid here with his Hungan. Meanwhile, Hermaios has enough AP to get his font with Summoner and deploy an Imp. Now, this is probably a good play for Ianu, just because if you don't have a 7-speed champ revealed, and you're probably not going to reveal one on your next turn. You kind of have to go mid with your first champ just so that you can actually, contest, because you can't actually get there with only 6 AP. You'd have to, drop a relic or something, and he's already dropped 25 Nora on the collective, so it's not likely he'll want to drop another relic just to contest. That's a pretty big tempo hit. But so he's gonna send his thing, his thing over to this font, this thing right here, this thing, and Nephri Shockbow is gonna hop in mid with Leap. Shockbow is probably going to be pretty good against Hungan. She can dodge an attack and then get some dots going. Then so he's running 75 Nora Thing. Is he going to run... we're going to see some... no, what's the... it's not Dow, it's the other one. Dew. We got Dow and Dew for the elementals. Maybe this is like an elemental deck of some sort. And Hermaios, I'm pretty sure Hermaios here is just playing, good stuff, meta. He's got the Imp Deceiver, which normally you'd only see in Imps, but he's probably with these upgrades, he's a pretty good good stuff choice as well. Mind Wipe Aura, he can stealth around. Stealth is really powerful on a Voices champ because you even now that Voices only has 3 range, you're really gonna have to watch out for those surprise possesses. And honestly, I think my favorite combo with the new Deceiver is Designate Scapegoat on a possessed target. Because you can actually designate a possessed opposing champion with Designate Scapegoat, and then their next spell, whatever it is, will be cast onto that target. So you can redirect stuff like Essence Drain or Gale Force out of the way, or you could just do something like that. Designate the summoned imp for a boulder throw. So Ianu wasting pretty much 40 Nora on that boulder throw, taking out the imp. And I mean, he should have known that the scapegoat could have been up, right? I don't know why he even chose to do that boulder throw. I guess, it would have done 15, but it would not have led to a kill on that Shockbow. I guess it would have prevented a double tap, but I don't know. It seems like a waste of 40 Nora either way, right? Maybe he wanted the scapegoat out of the way so that he could cast a different spell later. But Hermaios is currently up on champs, up on Nora as well. Because Ianu wasted that 40 Nora, plus he deployed the 25 Nora collective. So Hermaios is going to take the opportunity to drop a banner here, defending his font, and move on in, getting that double tap that he so wanted. Now he could do an Invig here onto this Deceiver. Can't really do anything with that though. Deceiver will still not have quite enough AP to do much to the Hungan. Now if this Mind Wipe Aura were rank 2, he could Invig and then move in for a Mind Wipe and Pacify, preventing the potential death of his Shockbow. But Ianu currently a little bit behind on tempo here. He's going to send the thing to sort of threaten this bottom font. But Hermaios does have the banner in it, so he can't take it outright. The thing, I don't know, to me the thing seems sort of not really worth it without the Tidal Wave, because the whole point of the thing is to scale up, right? Got that Leech Vitality, and Tidal Wave lets you hit multiple champs at once. But it does make him cost I think it's 81 Nora with Tidal Wave, so thinking Ianu here is probably going for maximum efficiency with that collective. He's got to start deploying something, though. I think he's kind of in a rough spot after that boulder throw. He's down so much Nora right now that Hungan is not going to be living for much longer in the font. It's going to take another hit from Shockbow, it's going to take a hit from Deceiver next turn, and then be dead. So he's either going to have to redirect the thing or deploy another champion to follow up here. Collective decks are interesting. You can't really predict... I mean, you can sort of predict what they're going to do because it's only race specific, right? So you can deploy only one of each race. But you can deploy multiple classes, right? So you can have the shamans, you can have priests and stuff. So it's basically a mishmash of the best runes, one of each race, but you can do... I've seen people run like shamans with collective. That's a real popular one. Because a lot of shamans in Shattered Peaks and stuff don't share a race. So he's going to deploy the ritualist. Probably not the best choice. Not really. You need something more combat-oriented here against Hermaios. And he did do one attack, but that bubble of protection is going to keep him safe for the time being, provided Hermaios doesn't run anything crazy like Purifier. So we'll just keep that up. He has 19 damage left on that buffer. And we'll see what Hermaios does against the threat of the Thing encroaching on his font. He's actually going to possess the Hungan here and walk it out of the font. He's going to invigorate it too. So I guess he's going to invig and then attack and then have it manic towards the ritualist. Actually, he could probably move one more. Yeah, if he moves one more, yeah, he's going to get the manic hit. And then the Hungan will actually have to use all of its AP just moving back into the font. Then deploys a pincushion to defend against the Thing. So the Thing can potentially contest with a relic. And oh yeah, Manic actually doesn't trigger because Manic only works on melee champions now. Manic used to be an ability for all champions, but after Constructs got their AoE 6 remote control equip, that had to change real fast because you'd have like 9 range Dwarven Mortar Crews manicking at things, and you know, the 6 range Robo Dog manicking, and it was kind of crazy to have that. But Manic is currently melee only. But if you do have like a minimum range of 1 and then a maximum range of say 3 or 4, then you can still Manic. It's just your minimum range has to be greater than 1 in order to Manic. So Ianu going to get some hits into the Deceiver. Is he not gonna... I guess he's not gonna walk back into the font. I guess he could drop a relic. Okay, so he sends the Thing over. Yeah, that's probably the better idea. Going 1v1 versus the pincushion will take... it'll take way too long, and he couldn't get into that font anyway. Plus, it's better to have Hungan over here, because, I mean, Hermaios' champions are pretty low. Like, the Shockbow is half HP, now the Deceiver is down to half. If he had Tidal Wave on this Thing, he could potentially line up a double kill with maybe like an Echo Chamber or something. But currently, he's going to have to just stick that Thing in there. That's what she said. But yeah, stick the Thing in there and, ooh, a vertical push. Now that won't actually kill, because I'm pretty sure the Shockbow was like 22 HP? Maybe 21, but I could be mistaken on that. If it does end up killing the Shockbow, I mean, Shockbow is pretty much out of the fight regardless. But if it does come back with like 1 or 2 HP left, then it will give Hermaios the opportunity to sacrifice or retribution it. Meanwhile, I guess this old pincushion here, he's gonna mosey his way up towards Lanu's font. So then with Ianu under that pressure, he's going to have to definitely make some headway mid. Ianu has used a lot of Nora on spells so far this game. He's used the Boiler Throw, he's used, you know, Collective, he's used that Vertical Push. It's well over 100 Nora there. So hopefully for him it ends up working out. The Summoner is actually going to get a hit here, and Imp Deceiver doesn't quite have enough on his own. Worth noting that any of Hermaios' spells will trigger Council, refunding a little bit. But Deceiver's just going to pacify for now. Hermaios probably could have killed with like an Animosity or... no, Animosity would have been a little bit short. But I guess a Fire Blast would have done it. But honestly, at this point, I probably would have... it's tough to say. I don't think I would have gone for the kill with the spell. I think saving for another deploy at this point is better, because you're going to lose your Shockbow. Your Deceiver would have been a little bit overextended. He would have died to the Thing and Hungan combination attacks. So he goes for the Pacify. Curious. I probably would have gone for the Stealth, unless he is... he's not Bloodied or anything. So I think I would have gone for the Stealth there. And then at that point, I mean, you could have saved Nora and not deployed the Fire Ruby, just allowed your Stealth to contest the font. But the Hungan here, not afraid whatsoever of that Fire Ruby because of that the bubble that it's got. I think it has like, what, 17 damage left? 16, okay. Then he goes for the Echo Chamber to finish that off and take out, do some damage to the Fire Ruby. So Ianu could get this Globe here. Swamp Thing would take a hit from the Ruby, but, I mean, it's probably worth it just to get that globe. He can't attack because of pacified. And then this summoner is really overextended now. She's like, yeah, she's gonna start regretting her choices in a minute. I think Hermaios was maybe a touch indecisive about getting that kill. Like if he went in with his summoner here, like basically behind enemy lines sort of thing, like like the summoner was gonna get cut off by the thing, right? So I think if he went a little bit harder on that kill on the ritualist, it might have ended up working out for him. See the shockbow, yeah. See the shockbow came back with 1. Oh, that's pretty nice for Hermaios. He could probably get a sacrifice there after eating that Nora globe. But shockbow can maybe get one last hit onto the. You could kill the echo chamber. You could get a hit on the thing. Yeah, he's just gonna get hit on the thing. If he rets here, will ret kill? Ret would kill with a hit from summoner, but he's gonna choose to sacrifice instead, and then send pincushion over. Pincushion here is gonna be really nice. Won't be able to hit by the Hungan. And then summoner is actually gonna chase down the ritualist, so Ianu is gonna have to deploy against that. Or lest he sacrifice his ritualist for nothing. And actually, there's the animosity. So that actually takes out the echo chamber as well, and summoner gets that globe. So nicely played there from Hermaios. Then with that sacrifice Nora, he's going to deploy Grimlick. So things have actually started to pick up here for Hermaios after some early spell spammage from Ianu that hasn't really worked out. Fish Kisser here, and Fish Kisser is going to make a nice grisly mess of that summoner. Well, I guess Hungan's just gonna back off and hit it once. You can probably put that Hungan back in the font to keep the contest action going, and then Fish Kisser can finish it off with Manic. And I guess save AP on the thing. I'm thinking that we're not really gonna see any action on the side, on these side fonts this game. All the action is currently centered around mid, and will continue to do so. Maybe we'll see a Grimlick illusion try and sneak its way over there and contest with the relic. I'd probably do that. Just because, I mean, the illusions, I mean, you can keep one around for blocking purposes, but the other one, I mean, you could realistically send it over. I mean, I know Hermaios has 2 relics down already. He might run a 3rd. Like, I wouldn't say it's that uncommon to run Double Fire Ruby, but definitely less common than just running 1. So Demonologist here, coming out. No summons for it to eat, but does have the potential to swarm. And it's funny now how many ranged champions Underdepths can actually run. They've got the Shockbow now, which is really good. We've got the Schemer, which personally I think is a little bit underrated. I think Dictate and Fascinate and even Pull maybe in Underdepths is potentially underutilized. They've got their Grimlick. I mean, they've always had Grimlick as their best ranged unit. And then Demonologist. He actually used to be really good because he could cast Dark Pact for free. I wish they'd bring those abilities back. Maybe with the change to Veilwalker so that it can't cast Despoil anymore. Because Despoil is actually, funny enough, a really good spell. People have only picked up on it within the last few years, but the main reason they gave Cast Despoil to Veilwalker was because it was a spell that nobody played. And now everybody in Forsaken Waste is playing it. But Whirling Quarry shatters that ruby. So Ianu doing the right thing, deploying some melee into that pincushion. He doesn't have Absorb on his quarry. I think that shares a line with Seism, so that's probably why. Or maybe it is Spike Nova. But Absorb definitely would have been a lot better here for to fend off these ranged units. Ianu is actually still going for the font threat with the thing. I don't know. I think I would have. I definitely think I would have kept the thing a little bit more towards this font, just because. I mean, your Fish Kisser isn't going to last that long. Like he's in double hit range of Grimlick now, right? And Pincushion with its 17 damage. I mean, he has tough 2 and 4 defense. That could last a while, but I don't know. Grimlick is a scary motherfucker. So he's just gonna rip through that Fish Kisser like nothing. And then Demonologist could swarm. I think he's probably respecting Grimlick's threat range here, not wanting to keep the thing in too close of a distance. And then putting some pressure down here is not a bad idea. It's just you still have to contend with mid. I mean, with these range units bearing down on you, and Quarry is not really going to be too effective, I would say, versus these ranged units, because Whirling Stones won't do much, against a 6 range Grimlick, right? But the pincushion here, he could potentially chase down the Hungan. How much damage is left on that buffer, by the way? Let's look. It's 10. Okay, so he's got 10 damage left. I'm thinking Hermaios is probably gonna try and suss out a kill. He's got Aura 3, so he could get a 7 damage. 7 damage hit with Grimlick. Could maybe do a Price of Victory and kill it, because then Pincushion could get an attack for 17 plus the Aura. He wouldn't get the Swarm, but there's still potential for that. A Maddening Echoes. All right, so he's going to eat through the buffer with that. Grimlick still 1 space out of hit range. He's just going to go for the Fish Kisser. I was thinking going for the Hungan would be more plausible here. Oh, he does do a Price of Victory anyway. Okay. So he's going to get hit with Pincushion. He doesn't have enough with Demonologist, though. And Damage Aura will get mitigated by Tough, so that's actually not a kill on the Fish Kisser. It's rare to see Hermaios miscalculate like that. Not sure what he was going for there. I know he had like 30 seconds left, but I mean, I don't think he was too much under the clock there. And actually, Ianu takes the game after that miscalculation. So well played to both, and we'll see everyone in the next one.